Good morning, fellow stampers. Brenda Hillard here at Create with Brenda. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I am located in north central Minnesota. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, please click the link below and ring the bell to get notifications of my new projects that I post to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you a fun, quick and easy little card that uses products from the July through December mini catalog. This just started July 1st. Celebration, which started July 1st and goes through August 31st. And of course, our beautiful annual catalog that started in May and goes through April of 2023. And of course, this is all featuring Stampin' Up! Product. So anyway, welcome. And I have a fun card for us that uses the excuse me, the stamp set Wonderful World. And this is a great suite of products, you guys. You not only get the 5 stamp, it's a cling stamp set, 5 stamp set, and a pack of designer series paper, 12 sheets of 12 by 12. It's beautiful, double-sided. I'm not going to be using the designer series paper today, but I am going to be using the stamp set. So let's get started. What I have for paper is just a basic white that measures 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So we're just going to fold our card on the score line, match up our edges, and then using our bone folder, we'll make a nice crease, okay? You always want to make sure that your edges are nice and even so your card is pretty, okay? So there's that. I have a piece of basic white that measures 4 by 5 1/4. And we'll be die cutting this after we get it set up. And then I have a piece of soft seafoam. And this measures 5 1/4, or I'm sorry, 4 1/4 by 5.5. And then of course just a medium size basic white envelope. The colors that I'm going to be using today are my Memento Tuxedo Black ink and then the soft seafoam stamping pad. I'm also going to be using a blending brush. And what else do I have? The ribbon. This is in the mini catalog. And it is the soft seafoam seam binding ribbon. Ties beautifully. I'll show you that here in just a little bit. Of course, I'm going to need some Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'll show you the stamps. So I've got the Wonderful World. And these are distinctive stamps. As you'll be able to see when we stamp the flowers here, it turns out just gorgeous. I'm also going to be using the Hello from Soft Seedlings, and this too can be found in the mini catalog, July through December. I'm going to be using the rectangle stitched framelits, and I'm going to be using the 3rd to the largest rectangle. I'm using the deckled rectangle dies, and I'm using the 2nd to the largest of the deckled. You guys, this is so fun because if you've been a card maker or a crafter, remember our deckle edge scissors we used to cut with? Yes. And so now they're dies and it just is all square and nice and easy. And then I used the 2nd to the largest circle, and what I did with that is I formed a template. And again, this measures 4 1/4, I'm sorry, 4 by 5 1/4. And I just centered it on where I wanted it, ran it through so that I made this template that I'm going to use, for blending the color onto my card. So let's start. I'm going to bring in my piece of basic white. And again, this measured 4 by 5 1/4, but we're going to be cutting it down. I just wanted it the same size as my template here. I'm going to bring in my blending brush and my soft sea foam ink pad. Now I just re-inked this, so this could be pretty juicy. We'll see how it goes here. I'm just gonna start down here, and then I'll line up my edges on my template. There we go. I'm gonna hold it in place, and I'm just gonna go in a circular motion and blend onto my card front. All right, I think I like that. So when I remove my template, I'm left with this image, okay? I'm gonna bring in my Stamparatus. Remember that I did make this for a card swap, so I think I did like 15 cards. So what I did is I just lined this up. I have my, I'm just gonna close this because I'm basically done with that color. So when you set up your Stamparatus, I always like putting a stamp case underneath there because then it keeps this level and it makes it very easy to ink up. I wanna make sure this is straight, and it is. I'm gonna ink up my stamp. And I'm just going to take this and put it down. I have it's from an air hockey game, just the handle, and it works really well. A dry erase eraser would work, a microfiber cloth would work, and let's see how it looks. Ooh, I love it. All right, so there's that part of our card. And can you see how it shades it so beautifully for us? And that black on green is just like, wow, stunning. And before I put that, my Memento ink away, I want to take the hello, and again, that comes from the soft, it's called Soft Seedlings. It's this little hello right here. I'm going to ink that up, moving it around on my ink pad, and I'm going to stamp it just right down here. And there we have it. On the inside of our card, I'm going to be using, there's just a little leaf, little branch right here, and this is in the Wonderful World, the celebration set. I've got that mounted on my block. I'm going to ink that up with black and just put that right down here on the bottom right corner. So there I have just a little something on the inside of my card. And before I put that away, I'm going to take one of my medium white envelopes, and just on the flap portion, I'm going to ink up and stamp that same leaf on my envelope just to bring continuity to our project. Okay, so that's it for stamping. Let's bring in our stamp and cut and emboss. And I like using this shelf liner, the no slip shelf liner. I'm going to put that right here. And you guys, I'm still using my magnetic plate, though I have not had any issues with mine, but Stampin' Up! Decided to pull the product because it was not performing to the quality. They have a very high quality standard for our products. So no more of those for sale right now until they get things worked out, okay? So is what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to take my stamped piece and I'm going to put it on my plate at a little bit of an angle. I want my rectangle stitched framelit, and again, that was the third from the largest. I'm just going to center that on my stamped piece, and then I'm going to take my quarter sheet of soft seafoam and I'm going to lay the second to the largest decal edge or decal rectangle die. That's what it's called. That's kind of hard to say, but and I'm going to put on my cutting plate. Good. And then I'm just going to crank this through. All right, let's see what we've got here. Move this out of the way. And we've got our decal piece and our stitched piece. And we are ready to assemble our card. I'm just going to zoom in here a little bit. Whoops, did I flip it? No. Yes, I did. So let me flip it back. Give me just 1 second. I don't know why I did that, or how. I do know how I did it, but I don't know why. Okay. So this part, the card goes together very quickly. In fact, it's rather a simple card, but it is so elegant once we get this assembled, and I shall show you. So I'm going to take and put dimensionals. Now I always like to put one in the middle because I don't want it to sag. And being our humidity here in Minnesota is close to 90%. Even the windows are foggy and wet on the outside because it's that humid. So I've got 5 of them on there. And you saw me take the backing off quickly with my take your pick tool. So if you don't have one of these, I'd be happy to hook you up with one. I'm going to center this on the front of my, or center it on my deckled mat. And I'm going to add some Stampin' Seal. And then we're just going to center this onto the front of our card. I love this soft seafoam. I think it's just so stunning, and I hope it's showing up that way on the camera too. Let's bring in that soft seafoam seam binding ribbon, and I'm just going to tie a bow just like that. Kind of pull my little loops to the size I want them. That looks good to me. I'm going to take my ribbon scissor and just trim my ends a little bit. Isn't this beautiful ribbon? Make gorgeous wedding cards too. All right, I'm just going to pull this back and grab a glue dot here with my bow. And then I'm going to put that right on the base of my flower there. And there we have it. Hello, with the blended background, the deckled edge, the stitched rectangles, and just a little something in the corner and on the envelope to bring it all together. I hope you loved today's project. I have my monthly host code right up here. Each month I offer a host gift with a qualifying purchase when you use my host code. If your order is over $150, do not use my host code. You will earn your own Stampin' Rewards, and you will still receive the house gift from me along with a handmade thank you. All orders placed each month with me will receive one of my handmade cards. So until next time, be sure to check out Celebration. Remember, this is bonus products for purchasing the products that you love. Have a great day. Bye-bye.